Yo, what's up? How are you guys doing? We are back. We have the full hunted. The set has been exciting so far. I'm having a blast. We need to evolve our meme folders with the memes if Azalea or if Nu gets LL'd. But time is running low. Yo, what's up, people? Time is running low for Bologna. I mean, the set gets released this weekend, and then on the weekend afterwards we have the US Nats, and then on the weekend afterward we have Calling Bologna. So we don't have much time left. So we are going to be slamming some games with a lot of different decks, I think. But I think I first want to refine the list with Marilyn. Yes, so Marilyn has felt a bit underwhelming, but I still enjoy the deck. I still think it's interesting, and I still think that probably the Harpoon package isn't as good as the dealer variation, but I think this version of the deck offers something way more unique compared to the traditional death dealer beast. With Nimble Waiting Room. Yeah, sure, maybe. I really like the new Nimblism cards. I really like the new Nimblism cards, and I think there will probably be some decks that it's going to be pretty good. So I wanted to do some changes on the original list. 30 blue maybe is too many. I think I don't really, yeah. I think 27 blues is a good number. Running Codex. So, Marlin has been exciting. I've been playing a lot of Syndra lately. I will probably keep playing some Syndra. We'll play some more Syndra today as well. The set so far has felt pretty exciting, but just a little bit underwhelming. But it was to be expected. I mean, that's what happens most of the time. I mean, the older decks are more refined most of the time. So it is to be expected. Yeah, in the private format, of course, we won't get an opponent. So Golden Tipple was an idea from George Boltingham. Versus Bolton, I think I love the defensive cards, so maybe I should cut the ships, and I can include Quiver of the Abyssal Depths rather than Quiver of the Rusting Leaves. Uh, Other than actions, they have some non-action cards. Maybe that's better than a seat. I increase my deck size. I don't think I should. I haven't been fatigued, so I will stay with the theory that it's pretty impossible to get fatigued. I think I don't mind quivering here. I have a 3 of a kind. That means I will get my resources and I will get a reload, so I can both harpoon and infect. Yeah, I should have overpitched the infecting. That was strictly a mistake. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, I think I will block to get the card of charge, and then my turn I'm simply going to Sunken. It was a pretty big mistake losing the not pitching the infecting round 0, and we are paying for that right now. Take 3 damage. Okay, since they didn't have another 4, I don't really mind. Okay, we're throwing a battering. There is an argument for keeping drill shot in the arsenal, but I think I already have 2 good targets, and Codex gives me a line with simply 2 blues to double blue hammerhead into either battering or infecting. Have a Lumina. We're never blocking this one. We need to race versus bolting because trading is quite hard, and they have a freeze. Not the best match for us. We can turn them is pretty good. I don't think I can block. I don't think I should. River kind was cool. Let's take. I think we need to take the risk here and try to shoot a big game trophy spot. A good arrow. Okay, we got the King Harpoon. Not loading yet, I will load with 3 of a kind. Okay. Load. Yeah, I guess in the Bolton matchup we would love to have the extra defense cards, the extra block cards, so we can defend. Because we have a lot of attacks, it's really hard for us. To get the full value out of our 3 of our kind times. It's looking for a non-attack. They don't have many non-attacks. I like the fact that they run Charge of the Light Brigade, but most of the time they run just a few copies. So right now King Kraken's Harpoon is basically safety that we won't get hit by Lumina. But on this turn they could have the reaction that's quite bad. So we're a bit unlucky with choices. Get the gold, which is quite relevant, and they do not have a non-attack, but they have 2 reactions, so that's bad. Okay, we got a third 3 of a kind. That's supposed to be good, but I don't love that. I think they also run Nimblism. I think I should block with Codex here. Get the +1, we get hit by another Lumina. So, these interactions have been quite bad for us so far, but that's the problem sometimes with Harpoon. We didn't sideboard correctly in the defense of this deck. Yeah, because right now we are horribly behind. I don't want to do a blind 3 of a kind. I want to have... The game is still winnable, but okay, at least they lost a third Lumina, so now this should be a way more fair deck. Let's open with 3 of a kind. We got the King's Harpoon. Yeah, I think I won't keep the card in Arsenal. I think I will simply reload. And load the Harpoon and shoot. That was a blue card, it would be easier for us. We would be able to keep a card here, but it's fine. The problem with Warrior now will be that we need, versus Warriors, you need to have the advantage because even though we have hit effect, it's not impossible for them to block them because they have a lot of D-React, they have a lot of stuff to interact with our stuff. So we need to be keeping the pressure up, something that we didn't manage to do. So okay, that's probably a D-React now. Saving Grace. Okay, fully blocked, nice, and At least we got rid of one. Yeah, I think this game is done. Game. Okay, so in these type of matchups we need to be higher slightly on the defensive package. For AB. So the New Horizon is not accomplishing much, so I think it's better to go with Providence for now. At least we should test this out. And these type of matchups should be where we can block well, but I don't think I can add more than 3 takeovers on my... Any ranger defense reactions we could run. Inertia trap is not a bad idea, because it will also be helping with them not setting up defenses. Return fire is kind of bad most of the times. That's true. I mean, if there is one deck that can utilize Gravy Bones, we'll go first. Yeah, maybe for Gravy Bones. Gravy Bones probably is the one deck where we need 3 copies of Endless Arrow, because I don't think we can fatigue him out the Endless Arrows. Yeah, the thing with Return Fire is that in this list, I think it makes the most sense, because the reload aspect is actually something quite relevant. But we need to have a yellow with this one. Okay. Yeah, Luigi, I agree a lot with what you're saying. The idea is that you don't really get to keep Arsenal sometimes, or it used to be so, because we included the 3 copies of Codex of Bloodroot, so the reload aspect sometimes it's good. And a lot of times with this deck, out of a lot of ponders and stuff like that, you get random cards in Arsenal, so losing the card from Arsenal is not that relevant sometimes. Yeah. I need to keep a 3 power arrow. Perfect. Plus Providence makes it easier to use Return Fire. Yeah, that was the thought process, at least. We'll see how relevant it is. So, while building this deck, I completely skipped Gravy. I think if you want to have a game into Gravy, you are I think I should wait a bit for them. If you care about gravy, I think simply running 3 copies of Endless Arrow maybe could be good enough to fatigue them. Versus gravy, that's another problem with this deck sometimes, that you know, last game we really were looking for the King Shark Harpoon, while this game we are simply looking for the other one. We missed. Where's the knockdown death whistle when you need it? Yeah. I think because they will be attacking, I think it's better to simply shoot the harpoon. Luffy harpoon could be good to kill next turn an ally. And that's the problem. That's the problem in general with gravy, with this deck compared to other ones, where it's quite annoying for us. We don't have enough extenders with this type of list to deal with gravy, but maybe that's fine. Start the high seas. So here we can either shoot a harpoon for 10 face, or we could clear, but if we clear we have no way of reloading currently. But because we can play both of them, maybe we can tip the barkeep and shoot a blue arrow to kill 2 things. So Marlin gives me a lot of Florian vibes, in the sense that when Florian first came out, everyone felt like it was a horrible deck, and we felt a lot that the decomposed cards were not enough for him to go off, and I feel there is pretty much the same argument with Marlin and the harpoons, that maybe the harpoons are not enough. But in the same sense, the deck could end up being quite good at some point. I think there exists a... There exists a world where, you know, versus aggressive decks, you have some hit effects, you block well, you have your value cards, so you could almost look like, you know, Guardian. Versus the aggressive decks, and versus the slower decks, I don't think you can actually get fatigued because of Hammerhead, so that's an interesting dynamic. But versus the Necro specifically, I think we simply can't afford to run 3 more DVX and we simply should go back to the... Since you want some flexibility in also it feels like you're kinda punished for every 3 non-blocks included in the deck. Since you want some flexibility in what you can use to block with, that's true. The codexes seems great while you are the aggressor, but they seem quite weak when you're not. Oh, I think I should sunken. Should I keep the codex? We haven't found the good non-attack yet, so I think I'm simply going to play the codex. I'm simply going to play the Codex of Bloodrot. Because I do like the equation of getting value out of blocking, you know, having some disruption effects. Feels like quite an interesting deck. It's just there are a lot of moving pieces, so it's quite hard to figure out the equation. Okay, this is a pretty good hand here. Outside exchange, okay. And the thing I really like about Silly Sarum is that all these random ponder tokens giving me 0 cost blues it's an easy way to extend the turn. So maybe we should focus more on that. We have the harpoons and we have infecting. Maybe infecting should be another 0 cost arrow. Problem is we can't really keep the... Here we were missing a way to reload. Here we would love to have the other arms. I still think our turn is fine though. Yeah, take the 2. Yeah, Sarum feels like such a good safety net for random blues in Arsenal, yeah. And I think that's the strength of the card, that you get a lot of card advantage out of no reason deck. So that will generate them another goal, but I think it's fine. If they don't keep an Arsenal, I think I will simply shoot the King's Kraken Harpoon face. Okay. Okay, since that's the case, we'll use the boots to get rid of Limpet. And we will try to get rid of one of their blues. The gold. Got the red. Duster. But that's fine, that's fine. We were just fixing everything. I think I need to take the risk and use the hook. Traditionally, they shouldn't be able to block a 10 of an overpower as Necro. If they can, this game is already going bad. Yeah. So at least we steal a gold to maybe stop a bit of his momentum, and okay, we get rid of his blue, so no more new allies this turn. But the damage on board, it's hard for us to deal with them. Okay, gold, flying high attack, and another attack. So here I think we need to take the risk of not drawing a blue card. In order to shoot them again with King's Harpoon. Oh, they want to use their other action as well. Oh, they simply played for the damage because they won't be able to arsenal it. So we pop a gold. Okay. Okay, they're stuck with 3 allies. That's good. And we have a 3 of a kind. Okay. I think here we need to pop everything. They go for the skippers, that's why I prefer the Mage Master boots. The reason time skippers are better is because it's the Mage Master, it's better because it's cheaper to do the pretty much, you can attack twice, but to do the rest. But that also saves you a slot because time skipper is much more relevant into Prism. So I think we should simply start popping gold. Okay, that was a good draw. Should I hit another gold? I don't think I need to. I think I should open with the Conqueror of the High Seas. And then I'm simply playing 3 of a kind. Okay, that's great. Now we know they don't have a no block, so if we get any harpoon, we win. They don't exactly win because they still will attack with Barnacle. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's probably game. We got the Kingfish Harpoon. We'll get them down to... Yeah, they can't block this one. I think I should keep a Conqueror of the High Seas. about their allies. So here we can block with Providence. We can block with Providence and the Boots and not waste the card. Okay, that's perfect. So here I think we open with 3 of a kind to find the resources we need. Okay. Okay, we got another gold, so now let's start using the gold. We are missing 1 resource for... we need 5 for that, and we have exactly 5. I think we simply buff and shoot. That should be for the win. Wow, I was never expecting that to happen. It looks like our opponent is in a more ally heavy list, I think. Which is a good idea regarding the fatigue aspect of the game. But sometimes if the opponent simply rushes you, that's a problem. Okay. Hey Captain, yo, what's up, mates? Okay, Syndra, so... versus Syndra... Another Gravy Bones. Okay, so versus Gravy Bones this time, I think I don't need the Battalion, I prefer the Endless to take it slower. No, I think I'm simply cutting the Return Fires now. And I want Rusting Leaves. Do I want Rusting Leaves? I think I want Rusting Leaves because we'll be good. No. Oh no, wrong arms. Yeah, we shouldn't be running these type of arms versus Gravy. From the new set, Marlin is actually my favorite, but from seeing you and others, I think she probably needs some more figuring out her cards to really pop up. Well, I think I agree. I think that's the case with most of the new heroes. I think all of the new heroes feel a bit underwhelming. So it's either that we haven't figured out the list, or they are actually a bit, you know, more toned down to earth in power level wise. But we have been in a similar situation before in Flesh and Blood, and it has been quite recently. I mean, I think that was the idea in everyone's mind with Florian, for instance. Okay, since we've got the King's Harpoon, I think I'm simply going to go for the 3 of a kind. I'm so excited about High Season. My boy, my new expansion slot card is so insane. You mean the steel items, Mitch? Yeah, the steal item stealth card seems wild. Yeah, I think we need to overbitch a bit here. I think I want to keep the King Shark Harpoon, simply the King Shark Harpoon. Oh no, and overbitch. We would love to be able here to also use the arms for a goal. I think versus Necro, you always require to run to be running the hook. I'm just excited to look for someone in the eyes and bam 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 and break their goal. Yeah, the stealth is so insane. I wonder, is Riddle with Regret good or not? Riddle with Regret, I don't remember this card. Let me check it out. Oh, Riddle with Regret. So, first, I read this card wrong. I didn't realize it was a symmetrical effect, and if it wasn't a symmetrical effect, this card felt completely broken. Now, I think it's still good, but maybe you need some more... You need to be running it on specific matchup. I still think it's an interesting card. I mean, the biggest thing this card accomplishes is that if you are ahead in the game, it's quite easy to end it, because a symmetrical effect that drains both of you, even if sometimes, you know, you are on the losing end, on the trading, if you are ahead, you don't really care. And that plays great in the archetype of both Marionette, I think, and Sleepy. More Sleepy, I think. Because Sleepy is all about overwhelming the opponent, so having a card on board that, let's say, reads at the end of every turn, we both lose a life, that symmetrical effect on a deck like Sleepy, where he wants to be pressuring you all the time and wants to get tempo and never lose it, would be good, but it will be tricky in which matchups. I think it's a more Mario card than Sleepy. I think in order to use this card, you need to also be feeding the opponent tokens. And I think with the current builds, I think Sleepy feeds the opponent more tokens than Marionette. That's my main argument. Oh. So. I thought it was the other Harpoon. Because, you know, suddenly your codex is also deal 1 damage to both players. You know, suddenly your Blood Rot tokens hit for 3. And with the current builds, if we don't change any cards, some Sleepy builds actually run Infect with Blood Rot. If they attack before we... If they attack before they play their thing... Okay, they got the Hoppity, so let's turn it face down. I think I can get super greedy and block with Infecting Soul, but I don't think it's a good idea. I guess we'll get another gold. We're drawing 3 cards, we simply want to get rid of that Rigor Mortis to not get destroyed every turn. Maintaining some life should be good enough. Yeah, we take the 6. Yeah, we need to get rid of Rigor Mortis, so we simply need an arrow. We don't really care for it to be a good arrow. Okay. Yo, what's up, Sotiris? Let the harvesting begin with the endless arrows. We could keep going. We could keep going with the go phase game plan. But I don't mind, you know, chilling for a bit and clearing his board. Because right now we have a great hand where we can block for 6 and we kill 2 allies and we still get an arsenal. Would rather argue. Here chilling, testing with oh, Scarf was carded. No, Talishar. When it hits a hero, they discard the card, so we need to either double block the Barnacle or take 4. We don't have to go again though. Since they don't have go again, maybe... I think we should simply take the 4. Yeah, let's get rid of the Barnacle. And we shoot an Endless, it's not the end of the world. And if they block the Endless, I think no matter if they, even if they block or if they don't, I think I will still Arsenal the Bluefin have an extension. We still have a quadrillion gold, so I think arsenaling the extender is better at this point. The problem with these matches is that I don't think we get a great feeling of how the deck is operating, because I think Grave is a very specific deck that loses to a lot of things and very, you know, specific gameplay patterns. So I don't think it's that our deck currently operates great. I think it's more that Gravy is still not figured out. Okay, they got Anka. That's a good sequence because that's the reason why we added Battalion Bark in our deck, because with the blue arrow in Arsenal we can do specifically this line of clearing an ally and then still hitting for 9. And even if that wasn't the case, I mean, even, you know, even if that wasn't the case and we couldn't clear an ally, would still deal them 4, I think that's good enough. I mean, that's effectively a 3-card 13. 4-card 13. Yeah, 4-card 13 is not insane, but that's the interesting part about Marlene, that cards don't need to get that 4 value each for you to be good, because you get so many free cards. Should I sacrifice the Endless for life? I think we are still at 20, I think we are still in a healthy life total, and we have a huge turn. So if next turn they get into the defensive, I don't mind that I kept the Endless, because then we can switch back to defense. But if they take it, again I don't mind, because then I can switch to defense. I think because we are we are still at 20, we are at a healthy life. We do not really care about that. So when Anka first came out, his text as written implies that even when you draw your normal up to intellect size cards at the end of the turn, you should still be discarding a card. But I think this got errated, and now it works as you expect it to, which is if you try to draw with a card during your action phase, that's when it figures. So maybe our opponent here thought that that effect was still the case, that would lose a card. But unfortunately for them, that's not the case. Maybe they also wanted to get Water Grave card in the graveyard. And maybe they wanted to prevent us from drawing any extra cards this turn in order to reload. Actually, that was smart. Again, here that's the thing. I'm glad to be blocking. Again, I don't really even blocking with every single card in my hand. I mean, if they develop, if they attack me a lot, I will simply fully block and shoot the Endless and an ally. If they don't, I keep a few cards. I will simply CNC them. Okay. It was a bit of a middle ground. I think here we're just going to CNC. I think that's how you're supposed to win games with Marilyn. You want to keep the pressure up and not let them play great, so you are the one having the decision point of when to take damage and when not. And if they get low enough, it's you have a pretty great reach with Hammerhead, because if you suddenly get a very good turn back to back, you won't kill them at once, because it's pretty likely for them to be able to block at least for a bit. But if you are at 8 and Marlin has a life lead, then Marlin can every turn, you know, keep to blues and shoot a huge arrow. I don't think it's easy for the opponent to get out of this position. Poison the Tips is great in this deck. Yeah, actually, Poison the Tips was another consideration for Codex of Bloodroot. I think you can go more heavily on the arrow package and run Poison the Tips, or you can run Codex of Bloodroot. I like Codex of Bloodroot a lot because 50% of your disruption is in Arsenal between Command and Conquer and Conquer of the High Seas. So the opponent, knowing that, a lot of times will not keep a card in Arsenal, but that's the magnificence of Codex of Bloodroot, that it forces them to get a card in Arsenal. So right now, that's my thought process why I have chosen Codex of Bloodroot over Poison the Tips, but I agree that Poison the Tips is also a very interesting card. I mean, zero cost reload, the opponent discards a card, is a neutral effect that you get a free reload. Top 4 decks for Bologna, yo, what's up, Dakar? That's easy. I think the top 5 decks are going to be... I don't think I need the extra endless. I think the top 5 decks are going to be Florian, Prism, Nu, Kaio, and a Ninja. Either Katsu or Syndra. So here we can turn the big game Harpoon into a card advantage. We can, and that's the reason why you like all these draw discard effects. So that's only in case Endless misses. I don't think Endless can miss though here. I don't think there is any reason to do that. I mean, shooting a huge Endless arrow probably won't be good enough for them to block it. Traditionally, Necro doesn't block well, and also they run a lot of 2 blocks. They could have a hand that blocks 12. They could definitely have a hand that blocks 12, but I think that's quite unlikely. They do run a lot of 3 blocks, but if they have a single ally, if they have a single 2 block, they can't prevent that, so I don't need to cast the card. Syndra is better than Katsu versus the other decks you mentioned. Are you sure though? Are you sure about that? Are you sure that Katsu with Bonds and the new and with Raise the Past is not better? I don't know. I mean, versus Florian, you obviously prefer to be Syndra rather than being Katsu. I agree with that. But it's really easy to pull off Dishonor out of nowhere versus Prism, so they will be forced to block compared to Syndra. And versus Nu, you have way more. The thing with Nu and Syndra is that if you snipe the daggers at a convenient time when playing as Nu, it's pretty significant. Well, that's not the case with Katsu. I don't think you can fatigue a Katsu. You need to kill them and you need to disrupt them. But the thing with Katsu is that sometimes they keep a 3-card hand, and the 3-card hand is a bonds, and that means they still deal a turn for 17. They still do a turn for 15 out of 3 cards. Prism has Judgment from Halo, and Judgment Herald is tricky, as illegal in Bologna. So, if I'm not mistaken, George told me that in the US Nationals next week, there is a calling and there is the Nationals, and Azalea needs to win one of those things. If Azalea wins neither of them, then she will be legal in Bologna, that there is no other tournament in between. Also, Nu wins leaves if she wins either, yeah. So that will be quite tricky. I think here we will simply go for the huge arrow. Playing a deck that doesn't care about the rest of the field feels good at the moment, not gonna lie. Also, they actually force a block, that's really interesting. So I think that means we should Providence away the Endless, because we're planning of Sunken Transit either way, since we are forced. Okay. We can tip the Barkeep. We can tip the Barkeep. We Codex of Bloodrot, tip the Barkeep. We Codex of Bloodrot, the Codex of Frailty. Then we yeah, but when we Codex, we want to have no other cards in hand. We can draw a quadrillion cards that we can make. But we can't make harpoons if we're planning of tipping the Barkeep. We can actually Codex for the ship. Yeah, we can activate Marlene. Do I want to play another Codex? Is there any chance? We'll only draw 2 cards. So maybe we do not want to. So here we play Codex of Frailty. We get a ship. Yeah, because that's the thing now. With these 3 of a kind, we don't even care of getting a red arrow. Yorgos, what's up? Yo, what's up, Cardfight King? Here, just chilling. Testing for Bologna, testing with high seas. What are you playing in the Bologna? I have not decided yet. Right now, I'm probably closest to Ninja. So let's go have a few games. Be right back. We are so back. Okay. When is your nationals? Yeah, we are on week 4. But I will not be playing at the nationals this year because I will be casting the nationals. We will be casting the nationals here, so that will be interesting. Gravy, okay. Versus Gravy. I think you always want to go first versus Gravy. You don't want to give them too much breathing room. Do I need warmongers in Gravy? Do I need warmongers into Gravy? It's not bad. I think it's not bad. Yeah, I think Gravy will really be struggling against ninjas. Okay. Let's start leaking. I don't see any reason not to play the 5 power card. There was an argument for keeping the running in Renegade, and there was an argument to attacking with running Renegade as a second card. Yeah, probably attacking with running Renegade as a second card. Casual turn. I think we set up the spreading flames here. So my hottest take with Necro is that Whaler Humperdinck. Oh my freaking god, LSS. Is a huge bait. It's the biggest bait of them all. I think here we can flick into one pitch to draw off some. We just waste the spreading flames, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't mind warmongering here. They went for war and they are simply swinging for 3. I don't think I need the extra warmongers. My life total is beyond irrelevant, but I don't think I would have much use of the warmongers either. Okay, now that means that we get rid of the boy, the Oyston boy. I think Gravy could exist in a meta with Ninja. Probably he cannot exist. I think what you're saying is correct. I don't think he can exist. I mean, it used to be the same thing with Dromai, pretty much, that it felt like it was horrible, but, you know, during the end stages of Dromai, there was this super clutch playstyle where you you only develop dragons when you know you can protect them and they can get big hands, and you were running a quadrillion disruption cards to protect your to protect your dragons, and it was doable. You also had Tomeltai, so sometimes you simply high roll the hell out of them. But in general, I think the statement you said was correct, that can't really exist. Since Romire will have one more ninja, more chance to play against one. I think it was the same. I mean, we had Katsu with bonds and... No, did Katsu have bonds? Yeah, he did. Yeah, we had Katsu with bonds and FaB. And now we have Syndra and Katsu with bonds. Dromai never knew Zen. Yeah, Dromai never knew Zen. I think this is fine. I think this is fine because we do the exact same sequence where we attack and flick, and then we clean the charm and draw off momentum. Ira is no. Oh, right. The Resita. No, Tepester is right. Ira is not relevant. She isn't really a ninja. I think Gravy can adapt to ninja by using lower ally account and playing disruption. I think so too, but the problem is that I feel like currently the payoff is not there. So with Dromai, the thing was that you had this horrible matchup with Ninja, so you could adapt your deck into it because your matchup into the more fair decks was extremely good. Was extremely good. Well, I don't feel that Gravy right now has the same power level. If I'm being completely honest, I think that LSS, because Necromancer was a huge new thing, I feel like LSS is testing the waters with Gravy right now. So his weapon could be doing two things. Number one is to have a pitch value when you're attacking with allies, and that could really help you into the slower matchups, where even in the slower matchup it feels like he struggles. And or the second thing, it could simply be having another way of giving go again to hit allies attack, much like Dromai or something. Yeah. So these are currently both problems that the Necromancer has, that Gravy Bones has. And both of them could be really easily solvable with a weapon. Okay, Victor. I really wanted to test this matchup out. So I think versus Victor, I am supposed to run Lynx. I am supposed to run the D-Reacts. That's it. by attacking, I get punished by the turn 0 class. I think this matchup is hard, and since this matchup is hard, I think I need to take risks, and by taking risks it means I want to leak damage turn 0. So I will not play around the fact that they might have a class on their starting hand. And this is the first time that also release generic answer to the class at the same time as they release a hero. What generic answer are you referring to? You mean the 0 cost blue item that captures an ally? Oh, Midas, for example. Yeah, obviously. Do I want to get a 1? I don't really. Okay, so we leaked 3 damage. I'm happy with that interaction, and we know they get a class turn 0. Yeah, I mean, I think they simply don't want the same thing to happen as Dromai, where the deck felt impossible for some decks to beat. That's why they prepare so much. Damage leak, let's go, yeah. To simply hammer. Yeah, I'm definitely taking the hit here. So they kept the class. So we need to try and debate momentum, and I think in order to do that, we can blood run steep here, but I think we can dagger once more. I think we should dagger once more. Worst case scenario, we flick a dagger. We generate a resource. What are your thoughts on using pouncing links for Poison Blade combo? The combo seems interesting, but I don't see the reason why to... So, when it's better? When is the combo better? In which matchups? I haven't answered that, and I think one of them, it probably is better into Florian, I guess. Maybe not, because they have a lot of prevention. So I guess that's the argument. Yes, the argument is that because it's not better into Florian, and Florian has a lot of prevention, I don't think you're supposed to run the combo. I think it's much better into Warriors, and it's much better into the slower fair decks. But as Syndra, most of the time you don't have problem versus these types of decks. Spreading Flames, I think we should Arsenal that. I think they got a CNC though. I think they got a CNC. It's not like I mind blocking though, but we just get screwed. We still have the Dragon Scalar flight path, so it will be really weird for me if for some reason we want... oh, they have 4 might tokens. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I have played the Spreading Flames even for 2 value. I should have played the Spreading Flame. 10, 3, 6, 8, 10. Bye bye, field team. We should have definitely played the Spreading Flames. Yeah, it's always hard to me to realize when which card they draw, Victor and Talishar. When it hits, if it has greater base power, I discard the card. So if I have a pummel, that's disaster. I don't think I can block though. Let's have a look at good blocking. Okay. Pick 10. Yeah, I think that single mistake probably costed us the game, because if we had simply played the Spreading Flames, it was another 5 damage. And we wouldn't need to block the CMC next turn, so we could keep the tempo. Yeah, here I think we need to go off. Yes, we want. I should have probably discarded Throw Dagger. Okay. So I think we throw Dagger here. So they take Monored Syndra when? Yeah, I still haven't figured out when you're supposed to play each of the decks. Okay. Yeah, that's game. Even though it felt pretty bad, I think if we hadn't made the mistake with the CNC round 2, maybe we had a chance. I'm not saying we would have won because the damage would be insane, but we wouldn't give tempo back on that turn. And we wouldn't lose the lock fealties, we would have dealt more damage, the breaking point would be more annoying, it would be a completely different game. I really like that aspect of Syndra. It feels like your decisions matter a lot. So I think the throw dagger is cute, but I think we will cut it for the package of salt. Capacity. And we have one more card, so we can go at instance. blue generic. Yeah, and we can add one copy of compliance. I will keep the package of concealed blade for noob for now. Okay, Confucius, let's go. Do you know what hero you're going to be bringing at Nationals? I will not be playing at Nationals because I'll be casting them. We will be casting the Nationals here from this channel on the weekend. It was a really exciting opportunity. I wanted to do that for quite some time, so I really don't like that I will not be playing, obviously. But it seems exciting. I don't know what I would play if I would be playing. I don't know what I would play. It mainly depends on how the week will go until Nationals. I think because our Nationals is on the last weekend, I think it's safe to assume that both it's safe to assume that both Nu and Azalea will have gotten the chop, because I don't think Marlin is stronger enough to replace Azalea, so I think Azalea will still be Force of Nature. So I think it's safe to assume that we will not have legal Nu and Azalea. Without Nu and Azalea legal, I would definitely check out Guardian. Das, I mean, I'm not so sure. Das, there is a universe where it will be legal. But yeah, most likely she will not. I mean, the thing with Das OG is that she's really dependent on the meta game. Because I think the most powerful strategy for Das OG is to play a fatigue game plan. That's where she shines the most, I think. And the second most powerful strategy is that if the top tier aggro decks are weak, yeah, if the top tier aggro decks are weak, then she can maybe have a boost strategy, but that really depends on the meta game. That's why I'm not so sure she will get alert. She most likely will. Let's be honest. And at this week too, I'm afraid that Nu will not be available. Yeah, the more middle ground is a bit tricky, but I think you can assume that Nu will not be legal. Nu definitely seems one of the better decks in the new format, and I think you can assume that she will get the job. I think she's super close, right? Yeah, I think this season will be quite exciting because you need to be testing constantly for different meta games, because every weekend we are at these knife sets where at every weekend a very important deck could hit a L anytime. Don't bring you to the calling, please. I don't love the position Nu is right now. So my assassin testing partner Yanis is a huge advocate that Nu is huge in this current meta game, but I don't know if I want to bring Nu into a meta game where Florian, Prism, and Keio are going to be popular. If she is though, I mean, I think Nu has a pretty good matchup into all the new heroes. Gravy maybe not so much, but it's not the end of the world. But no. Oh no, sorry, undo. Sorry, Sotiris. I meant to flick. Isn't Nu like super favored into all the high seas champions due to high record of blues they run? In general, yes. I can kill the Polycranka. I can kill the Polycranka of Art of Dragonfire War. Wow. Puffin was the target of attack, what? Choose to deal 2 damage. Okay, let's deal the damage phase. In general, yes, but the thing with Gravy is that Gravy doesn't... You can't ignore the board of Gravy. That's a problem with Nu, because Nu doesn't always have extenders to easily clear the board and also disrupt him. I think that the matchup will be quite tricky for Nu into Gravy. Marlin and Puffin, I think the matchup will be horrible for Puffin. I think the matchup will be horrible for Puffin. Do you want to block with... I think I'm gonna play that. And I guess the same goes with Marlin, but Marlin right now, in theory, could have the Death Dealer build, which I still think it's good. But that's the thing. Currently, I don't think any of the new heroes are in the top spots of the current metagame. I want to do that with a spreading, I don't want to do it blindly. So the question here is, I think I want to dagger here. I prefer to dagger for 1 damage, because it's pretty likely I'm going to flick and get a resource. I mean, we are already at 3125 and I haven't used Blood Splattered Vest once, so even if Rising Resentment misses, I don't mind using 1 counter on the vest. That changes things. That shelter probably means we won't be able to play the Warmongers. But we also get the extra resource from the drop. Maybe that's not the case. Okay, that was perfect. Was it though? They fully blocked. I will simply play the Lava Burst. Warmongers as an arsenal is not the worst thing in the universe. And I have the hand with a lot of go again. We would have stopped that, but they still had the Polycranka protected, so I don't think we could be able to stop. Okay. So, once High Seas is released, what's your top 4 decks? I think it's Prism, Florian, Kaio, and Azalea. And Nu. Prism, Florian, Kaio, Azalea, Nu. And that's why I don't love the position Nu is in. I mean, Prism is... No, not Kano. Kano is super close. But I actually mean Kaio. The reason I'm saying that is that I think that Florian will not be so high in popularity, and Florian is the only bad matchup you have with the top 4 other decks. The Prism matchup with the Sea Legs is beyond free. I mean, the Sea Legs makes this matchup close to Islander Dromai before Islanders started taking like hell. I think it's horrendous for Prism to play into Kaio. And Florian is your only bad matchup, and you got one extra card to high roll them. So I think it's KO is in a great spot. No is an even game where if you both play your decks, you destroy No. And No needs to do a lot of things to not get destroyed. Okay. Sorry, I should have flicked. Ah! So Kano, even though Kano didn't get enough things, I think the deck is already bankers. I mean, with the 2 new amulets, Kano has to be insane. But now I don't have flick protection. I'm not playing well. I'm not playing well. Oh, I'm not focused. This turn sequencing was beyond horrible. We lost our daggers for no reason. We had no reason to care about Bolly Kranka because we're going to play Warmongers. I'm playing so bad this game. Yeah, so I think that the top decks are currently in an equilibrium with themselves. Like Florian loses to Azalea, Prism beats KO, KO beats loses to Florian, but is favored into Azalea. Prism beats Azalea, but loses completely to KO. Third time Selter. Yo, what's up, Ingrid? 1958. Thanks for the follow. Here we should have probably threw a dagger and shoot mounting anger. I'm simply going to throw cards like crazy. I don't think they can survive this turn. I mean, I have 4 flicks. I have 3 flicks. I mean, if they take a single damage, they're dead to the... I think I need one more resource. Dagger once more. Yeah, and I think that's where that's which deck Syndra preys upon. I mean, you can't be a fair deck versus Syndra because you get so much outclassed. Versus Syndra, it feels like if you don't rush her down, it's pretty bad for you. Marlin, so I'm not expecting the Harpoon deck, I'm expecting the Death Dealer one right now, so I'll go second. Warmongers, they want the Diriax, they want Loyalty Beyond the Grave. They want, do I need to set up a Ranger? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. It's a Harpoon deck, that's bad news. I have block 9 though, lol. One of the 3 new decks to be dominating the metagame. You know, Cinder feels a bit bad matchup, but his face may be a good way to go. Yeah, I think if you want to play the non-boost list, I think you need to be running some, you know, cards for that. Well, water cell, okay, that's interesting. So what, am I Wrathing of Retribution? I think I am. Okay. Dagger. I think the boost list is not that good. It's getting fatigued and you cannot play non-mechanical cards for it to be consistent. I agree. I also prefer the more mid-range list, but the problem with the more mid-range list is that if you don't have interaction versus a deck like Syndra, where it can play 5 cards every turn and simply outvalue you, it's not the best universe to be in. fact that they want to keep a hand is really bad for them. That's the thing. When you're playing versus Syndra, if you're not doing something completely busted, you can't not respect the momentum. Syndra might be the top deck of the format with Florian up there, and obviously I agree. But it all really depends on how good the matchup is with Florian, and it really depends on how good the matchup is into Prism. I can be left with no daggers. I'm doing it. I leave myself with no daggers. How do you feel about Fiddler's Green as a card? I think it seems much as a healthier counter blessings in a lot of decks. It's a very interesting card, and I think it solves a lot of problems with the defensive decks, where aggressive decks most of the time versus the defensive decks want to present a lot of breakpoints, and the Fiddlers actually generates you the value you get even when blocking a breakpoint, and that's quite huge in a lot of decks. We do have a reaction, that's a bit annoying. Battering. And here they should have activated the... I think Fiddler's Green will find a lot of spots in the meta game. In a lot of decks, I mean. But traditionally the slower decks need to figure out the meta game before they want to start doing it. Okay, I think I'm simply... I don't think I want to blood runs deep here. I think I'm simply bringing back the daggers. And I have blood runs deep, I don't think I want to attack. Missing 1 damage to deal 1 damage though. I can still be left with no daggers. Oh. No, I mean... Yeah, let's just throw them. I will flick. I will flick because that gives Blood Runs Deep a hit effect. So they need to block with a third card. Their only single card plays Codex. I'm doing the obviously bad thing and exploring a switchboard Reiner. Proposing that you can intimidate the slow decks and fatigue the fast decks. Big issue is whether the fast decks are actually fatigable. Traditionally, Syndra is not fatigable. traditionally dragonic heroes are not fatigable. I don't think any deck can fatigue a hero with 57 red attacks. That used to be a problem with Oldhim, and I don't think any of the new defensive decks can actually play around that. Okay. Let's take the hit again. I'm testing KU with the new Golden Keys card. It's actually so good in some cases. It actually makes it if you have 3 attacks in turn consistently. Yeah, I think that's a huge upgrade. Also, Lord Pickle, I'm telling that to you because I think you are new. There is a broken interaction between the Goldram keys and your boots. Because you give go again to the natural activation of the boots. So even if you roll a 3 and you get an action point, you get an extra action point from the go again. So you are guaranteed to generate 2 action points. Yeah, because the boots traditionally do not have go again. So when you activate the RAM, you give go again to your next action card. So you actually give go again to the activation of rolling the die. So if you roll a 3, you get 1 action point, but the action itself has go again. So you get an extra action point. Yeah, that's the reason. That's why I was saying earlier that's why I feel the Prism matchup is horrendously bad. Especially mostly unpreventable damage on the flick knives or last cycles. Prism, say hello to my little friend. It was already a horrible matchup for them. I mean, that used to be, back in heavy hitters, that used to be the thing, that the only way for Kaio to lose the game was if he got hit by a sentinel in a critical time and they missed on the boots. So that's the third or the second, that's the third chaining, so you can actually flick here. So it used to be that Chaos were bringing the Gambler's Glove to actually make sure that on the turn they needed, they would not roll a 1, 2, or 3. And Prisms were using to bring Gambler Gloves for the same reason. I don't think I'm throwing the dagger. You may have targeted dagger. Yeah, they have a single card in hand. I don't want to throw my dagger. I want to set up for next. Like a god. We are drawing like a god. I need classic constructed scar this instance. I somehow thought Ram only worked on attacks. Scarf is the thief, right? No. No, he will get our dagger. Yeah, I think I need to save the dagger. That was annoying. New Horizons, okay. I can actually force an extra card out of their hand, but we are at 22. I don't think, I mean, what's the worst case scenario? I have a 3-card hand. And they already played 2 ships. Tiflos Salvage, okay. That's an interesting card for Necro. Let's do one more. The problem is I don't think we are getting much out of these games because most people are testing new heroes. So I don't think we are getting much information out of these games. So maybe we could go switch to tinkering as well. Maybe we could switch to tinkering with another hero. Extracted Scrap, also a hero I would like. Thief Assassin is my cup of tea. Yeah, introducing Thief is actually quite interesting. So much more promising start from opponent here. Also, we're like a month of Ear Armor. Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, the Ear Armor is going to pop after Nationals, right? Yeah. Yeah, because the combo card is actually very good on Katsu. The combo card that requires either a Vengeance or or edge of bottom is actually very, very good on Katsu. I don't know if it will transform the deck with to run edge of bottom, but simply the stat line I think is very good for a Katsu deck. If they choose beast, the only actions they may play or act during a turn. Okay, Ice Wizard and Dromai win. Yeah, come on, stop teasing us, LSS. Honestly, stop teasing us. I think I like having the 2 attacks. So I think I don't need the Art of Dragon Blood. I like the 2 attacks because now if the Kunai gets through, we simply kill these 2 guys. These attacks. The problem is that if they activate Showbones here and the attack won't go through, we need to actually attack them face once. That means we will lose some damage. I don't think I mind that. Okay, it went through. Oh, I can't play both. Why did I pitch the Art of Dragon Blood? I can't play both. I need this to go through. I need to shoot his face. No, it's fine. Fine-ish. Yeah, I would need Dragon Blood to be... I needed Dragon Blood, I miscalculated here. If the dagger went through, it would be fine, but there were quite a lot of interaction where the dagger is not going through. The good thing is that we activate Mask with the Go again, so it's not the end of the world. Because here they need to block for 4, otherwise we draw a card. Okay. So we have a filthy set it up. The only thing I do not like is that we have used the chest twice already. Ah, that's rough. I think we should let this one through. I can block for 8 and then Warmongers, but I think they will most likely... Oh, they don't have an ally. They will probably play an ally from hand. I don't think I want to give them 8 damage on the goal. Yeah, I'm blocking. They have 3 Conquerors of the High Seas. That's the only cards I should worry about. They generated a lot of tempo with Conqueror of the High Seas here. But I think the longer the game drags, it's better for me, or is there any chance I can get fatigued? There is a universe I can get fatigued. We'll see. It looks like our opponent is on a more streamlined list with more value things compared to a lot of allies, which is a good answer and probably the way to go versus Syndra. Yeah, at least they play an ally from hand, so that ends their turn. So I think we open with Ignite. Or I can open with Ronin. I think I can... I think I want to open with Ignite. We will be consuming the last tick out of our chest. So that's not great. But now the one power out of our dagger is not easily blockable. And if they let this through, I think we can simply set up the Spreading Flames then. I can maybe grid it out and simply pitch the Art of Dragon Blood. I think I don't mind doing I don't mind doing. I will also have the option of leaking later. Okay. Let's draw off momentum first. Okay, we got a Rising Resentment. I'll just discard the Dragon Blood. Should I Spreading Flame afterwards? It's fine, let's flick. Oh, I don't think I should use a card. Maybe, are there any matchups I need to have Tunic? I need to have access to Tunic. Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Let's check the talishar Discord. Okay, let me close the combat. So here I think I flick. Oh, it's too messed up. heard that there was an issue with his distribution of high seas. I thought it was a local problem, but it feels like it's a problem in general and it's a huge problem. I think the main reason is that I attacked with a dagger. With the daggers I should have to die. But it apparently it looks like a worldwide problem, yeah. So I think the main reason for that is that the player base of LSS growing like hell, and they haven't caught on to that. I think the game like increases by 20% every month or something silly. I don't know the numbers, I just get them out of my head, but it's I think it's quite huge what's going on with Flesh and Blood right now. So I think they really need to level up their production and stuff from the LSS side. They really need to do that. Definitely bombing like crazy, yeah. $50-player ProQuest in Greece is already crazy. Yeah, I mean, Greece is an exception because we have a more active, competitive number of players compared to the shops we have that are running the games. That's the reason things like this happen. Min-Max Games even put a video about it. Oh, I think I should watch that. So Teris, have you seen the video? What's this about? I think we should get the +1. We should get the value here. Placing headlong, okay. I mean, because we have Lava Burst, we can always end our turn on Cham. So maybe we can get greedy and attack face. Okay, resolution step. Can I please do anything in resolution? So I think I want to get greedy and attack dagger. But they had to close pre-orders because of huge allocations. Oh no. What's I going to watch the dev talk that they released? They released a new dev talk? That's super interesting. Lexors. Okay, I think that just means we do not. I think that just means that we lose a dagger. And we simply get the charm with lava burst. Blazing Headlong will be coming for 4 no matter what, so I think we should play the Headlong now. But I think I prefer to dagger first. Okay. Second time, oh my freaking god. But yeah, that's the problem currently with Gravy Bombs into Ninja, that even with all of that, I don't think they're in a good spot. I think I need to... No, oh. No, Brand, I need to pitch at least once. I need to pitch at least once, so we need to take the fort. Okay, I think I will dragon add concealed blade. That read's gonna attack a hero. So maybe I should simply play Blood Runs Deep for the draw, but if we miss, I can get a new dagger. I mean, I can throw one dagger. This is fine. This threatens Mask. Okay. Another shameless draconic ninja player, pretty much. I think I want to flip. No, we have already hit it. I don't need to flip my daggers. And arsenal a conceal blade and leave them with a charm. Or I can simply get rid of the charm, draw a card. I think I prefer to force them to block. Them dealing 4 and passing the turn is not the end of the world. And I think I can get a better hand to clear the board. It's not a ninja card. Not a ninja card, I'm so bad at this game. Okay, that probably means we are popping boards. My freaking god, that would have been a disaster. Yeah. And Lava Burst again is not dragonic. Okay, they force me to attack Chan now. So that should be coming for 2. That should be coming for 3. Bump up to 4. Go the left dagger. I think we can waste a dagger because we are currently on chainlink 4. That will bump us to chainlink 5. I think it's a lot of damage. We should keep pushing. Shouldn't that be for 5? Oh no, that's the 4th Dragonic Chain. So maybe we shouldn't have played the Headlong. Maybe we shouldn't have played the Head. Threw caution to the wind. A lot of prevention effects. They could have messed up with my daggers quite a bit at the beginning of the game. They were a bit unlucky. Oh, I never activated Syndra. Talishar. 90% of the reason you should be playing Talishar is the name. Syndra closes her eyes, ignores the allies, and just smashes his face. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Lord Pickle, that was the thing. That's the thing with momentum. That if you have free targets, whenever you're killing an ally, if you get the card back with Mask of Momentum, you still present a lot of damage. And you still threaten the other board. Which was the reason why back in the day as well, why Dromai had a horrible matchup into Syndra. It looks like we will need to have to work for momentum this game. And in case you just come here, we had some problems with talishar previous rounds, so Cham is not currently on board. We had some problems with preserving the chain link, but apparently the instant rescue of Jofar saved the day. Now it works fine, but this Cham is not supposed to be on board. Okay, that's a hunt. That's a great hunt for lethal. Everything costs 0. Everything deals damage. Ah. If we need to discard a card. I think it's okay. We simply lose a hotter hit. We simply lose 3 damage. It's not the end of the world. I think I'm just going to ignore the ally now and keep attacking face. I still have 20 cards in the deck, so if things go to roughly fatigue, I will find the resources to clear the ally. If I had like 9 cards in the deck, I wouldn't make this decision probably. Show you the deck sizes. Now that threatens mask, so we are asking for an extra card. And here we can let them hit us for 4, but I don't think that matters a lot, because in order for them to do that, they need to take at least 2 damage. And we can leave the shark for when we will have a hand that more easily can deal with him. Double Oath of Loyalty. We have a fire and strike. Oh, they had a blue attack. Okay. I'll take a 1. That will most likely force us to waste some resources on the allies now. Or we can simply ignore the board and go to end the game. I think that's what we're supposed to do. Okay, they take 1. Yeah, we'll pop a fealty. I think Art of Dragonblood is a better card to set up than the Oath. But we will only be getting 1 dagger back. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, and we have a huge turn now. They get a quadrillion resources, but can they survive? That's the thing. That's the game spots where I like the cook. That was smart. I will gladly take the 6. So let's make the fire tenant loyal, and we have a quadrillion breakpoints here. They were literally out of allies. That's the weird part, that even in this type of matchups, we almost killed every single ally. Actually, no, they had 2 swabbies in their deck. Had 1, 2, 3, 4 more allies in their deck. They were already in the graveyard, but that's the thing, you can't keep a hand on the 5 total. I think you need to snowball a bit in order to have a chance in this matchup. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for dropping by. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We will be back one more day, the remaining of the week, before we go to pre-release. And then next week we will be waiting for the American Nationals, and then until Bologna we'll probably keep streaming to figure out which deck we are supposed to play. Again, have fun in your armories, be safe, and see you around.